See, some people aren't giving Fundora the credit he deserves as a fighter. I don't see how you can be that way. I think Fundora has proved himself. But one thing I'll tell you when it comes to Sebastian Fundora, him facing Keith Thurman, or him facing anybody, I think it really comes down when you're fighting a guy like Fundora, who's gonna break first? You know, Fundora ain't quitting. You gotta kill him. Keith Thurman's not quitting. You gotta kill him. Ennis he hasn't been in a position for us to say whether he's the kind of guy you gotta kill. We don't know if he has any quitting him because he hasn't fought anybody with a pulse. But what I'll say is, when it comes to Fundora, that relentless pressure over 12 rounds, boy, that can be something scary for anyone. Keith Thurman, if for some reason he can't get past Fundora, then you know you got possibly Jaron Boots in this fight. And let me tell you something. I wonder if Ennis can stay sharp enough to land something that Fundora can't recover from. Because he may be landing shots, but if you can't slow Fundora down, then you're going to be in trouble. But historically, Fundora's biggest weakness is his defense. You know, he's easy to hit, and when you put some power on him, especially if Boots has the kind of power we think he has, Fundora doesn't really react smartly. He reacts poorly. And I just think when you take a look at that, the Boots with his precision, his explosiveness, he could capitalize on those mistakes that Fundora makes. But still, Fundora's not going to quit. So the question is, with Boots against Fundora, or Thurman against Fundora, or anyone against a guy who's a relentless pressure fighter who keeps coming forward and they just won't stop, who do you think would break first? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't think a guy like Thurman's going to break. I don't think Boots will break. I don't think Fundora will break. I think you got to kill him or knock him out. Other than that, they're going to be in there fighting until they just can't fight no more.